Okay, welcome back, everyone, to the first official Key to
Wasn't
Real
the other
Estate
one-
podcast.
The other one was kind of the first
Yeah,
official. But,
that was the pilot. Yes,
the pilot program, and we did get a lot of good feedback on that.
Yes, we did. This is Cheryl Toste. I am Sir William, my official podcast name. And Cheryl, tell us how the Key to Real Estate name came about.
Okay, so this is very interesting, and I can't believe we haven't talked about this before. I don't know.
Right?
So as you guys probably know, like I am a single mom now, and as I started my journey down that process, I had a hard time thinking about like who I was and was I going to go back to my maiden name? Do I keep my married name for my kids? And when you're trying to brand yourself, it's kind of hard if you don't know like who you are, right? So not knowing if I was going to continue to go by Cheryl Toste, I came up with this Cheryl's Key to Real Estate. And it really did stick for me because to me, a key is so important in the real estate process, but just in life in general, right? Like you're always trying to unlock what your next possibility is. And to me, real estate with opening doors for buyers, sellers, investors, all of the above, everybody really is trying to unlock what's best for them.
That's amazing. Now, when you sell a house, do the buyers actually get a key, or is it a code now in 2026?
Well, it could be either.
Okay.
In 2026, we actually do both, which is really
Excellent.
fun. Yes.
So fun.
It is amazing to me now, too, with like how AI is starting to play like a little bit of a role in the entry
Sure.
of homes and things of that nature. But yeah, you can get an actual key.
Okay.
I still like an actual
I like
key.
that. And if they don't have it, if it's a code, do you give them like a symbol key maybe?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I have a very gigantic. I should have brought
that's so
that.
fun.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, I need to bring that
On
for
the
our
next
one. I will make
episode,
sure
we
I
will
have
bring that key in.
We'll have the key. We should like hang
That
it
is
up
so
behind
fun.
us.
I love stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I love doing the oversized key. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's jump right in. Cheryl, would you rather
Oh, no. Here
have
we go.
a buyer, a seller, both? You got to pick one or both, or you don't get any.
I feel like I would like to have both.
Okay.
It's funny because like when you talk to real estate agents, most people have a lane they like to go into, right? And so when I first started in real estate, I loved watching HGTV and I loved staging homes. I love everything about going into homes, looking at people's homes. Let's see how we can, make it look as pretty as possible. But what I found is as I started working with buyers as well, like I love helping people find their homes. Sometimes it's actually even a little bit harder because you think you know what you want until you start seeing what you think you want, and then you realize like, oh, maybe I want something different. So it's really fun working with buyers, specifically women first-time home buyers, and empowering people to understand that the path to buying a home is maybe not as scary or as hard as you think it is, especially when you're working with the right team. And so I'm lucky that I have a great team of people that I work with as well. I work with great lenders and title companies and even can refer to attorneys if need be. And so this is a very long answer for your question.
Very nice.
So how about C, both?
Yeah, both, of course. Okay, let's jump into another subject that everybody loves talking about, geopolitics.
Oh my goodness gracious.
How is this skirmish or war in Iran affecting the local Vegas market?
You know what's so funny is I was just having this conversation this morning with someone, and she was even saying she feels like everyone has their head in the sand and no one's talking about it.
Correct, yes.
No one's talking about it. I think at this point, we don't really know. There's always geopolitical things, a presidential election, any kind of election. We have midterms coming up. There's all kinds of things that are always going to be an influence on markets. However, just like I want to say, Gary Keller just put this out in his annual address, is there's never a bad time to buy a home. Because if you're looking at holding that home, think about this. If you could go back to 2006, even though things were going crazy, would you buy a home knowing what it would be worth today, 20 years later?
Absolutely.
Okay, so at that point, we all thought the market was so high, this is crazy. It
Right.
actually crashed right after that. But if you would have held that real estate then, here 20 years later, what would your appreciation be?
It'd be incredible.
So, exactly. So when you're looking at buying, it's important that, yes, there are some factors we want to consider when you're buying a home, obviously. But if you're looking for a long-term real estate investment, truly that's how a lot of people grow their wealth. And so I don't think that there's ever a bad time to buy a home.
I agree. Absolutely.
And that's why you decided to buy your
That's
home.
right. Yes, in 2019. And who would have known? I
think
never would have
maybe,
bought a house
do you
during
know
the
what's another
pandemic.
fun fact? A lot of people, like, on average, move every 7 years. Did you know that?
I did actually,
How long have
yes.
you been in your home?
5.
Okay, so,
It's
well,
my forever home.
in Vegas, is there really such a thing as a forever home?
I think that's a myth.
I think it's a myth as
Everybody
well.
says as soon as you call it a forever home, you're probably going to end up moving.
Oh, 100%. Well, I mean, it's because life changes, right?
That's right.
Things happen. Geopolitical things
That's
happen
right.
too. But you never know if you're going to get transferred out of state. Something can happen. Kids grow, kids come, downsizing, upsizing. You
Yes.
never know what's going to happen. And right now, a lot of people have very low interest rates, but also a lot of equity in their homes. And so they're considering, what that means. Does that mean that they should be upgrading their home?
Right. Or should they sell? Which
Sell?
leads me to the next topic. Because so many sellers have so much equity in their house, and now that rates are lower, are you starting to see more houses come on the market?
We are. Right now, homes are not moving as quickly off the market, but overall, we still have a fairly low supply of inventory. If you remember in the 2020, like right after COVID, everybody had a little bit of an influx of cash. And so instead of spending that on traveling or the things, everyone was buying homes
Correct.
and upgrading the homes, which created that frenzy, if you will. So we have short-term memories, and that frenzy is what we think about when we think about, oh my gosh, the market is so slow. But actually, like, we're in a pretty balanced market right now. And, if you really look at the trends, we don't have as many homes on market. It's only about 4 to 6 month supply. So it's a really balanced market still right now.
Sure.
So,
Speaking of trends, are you starting to see trends where people listed maybe in 2025 or late 2024, took their house off the market, and now are relisting again this spring in 2026?
yes, absolutely. And I think what happened is, again, to that short-term memory, sellers got really used to just being able to throw a price out there, maybe even what they were seeing online their house might be worth, and not truly looking at what the market said that their home was worth. And so when you really look at what the market is saying that your home is worth, and that's why you should work with a really good real estate agent, and not just trust the online services. When you really look at what the market says your home is worth and you're listing it at that right now, competitive pricing, yes, your home is going to sell. But what we were seeing specifically in 2025 is that sellers maybe thought their home was worth a little bit more than what the market was saying it was worth. And so it was sitting longer. And so now you're seeing, price reductions and things of that nature, which again, it's really important that, yes, there is always a negotiation when you're buying a home. But if you price your home too high just because you think you want to have negotiation room, you're going to eliminate some of those buyers who probably would have looked at your home if you would have priced it right to begin with.
Sure.
So it's costing you time.
And that's where you come in as an experienced realtor.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay, a lot of people don't know, the audience here doesn't know that you're part of a group called Global Powerful Women. How does that organization influence you, specifically maybe single moms trying to buy a house or just single women out there? Are they intimidated? Are they worried or anything like that? What can you tell us about that?
So first and foremost, Global Powerful Women is such an incredible organization. And Rashida, who is the founder of it, as you know, actually, Sir William here introduced me to Rashida.
That's correct, yes.
So Rashida has been a big influence in helping push me to the next level in my business, but also really in my personal life as well. And she is one of those people who, when you're around her, you are going to grow to higher than you ever thought possible. So being part of an organization where she has recruited people that are like-minded
Yes.
is really an amazing place to be. And I've met some wonderful women through that organization. And all of us have a passion to help other women. And, when we talk about it, we want to help women have a hand up,
Yes.
not a hand out.
Yes, correct.
And so what that has prompted me to do is I'm actually going to be starting an education series specifically for single moms who are looking to buy their first home.
That's fantastic.
And, some of the programs that are available out there are grants that are available out there. And home ownership is really not as far away as you may think it is. And so, again, to go back to, I have an incredible team of women that I'm working with right now. And although you may not be ready right this second, what we can do is set up a plan. And so that you understand that if this is a goal that you have to own a home, that it really is not as hard as you think it is. And that's why it's great to work with somebody who understands as a single mom. It's important to have a shelter and have a place for your kids and a safe place to be able to come home to and for everybody to heal and to feel safe in. And so I'm really excited to start the education series and, be able to help women.
Absolutely. I think it's a game changer and could be life changing for these women
It
who
really
can get
is
their first
life-changing.
house or having trouble, and you're going to help them get a house. So that's amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait. And through Global Powerful Women, we are able to do things like this where we really are able to reach women in our community to give them that hand up.
Yes. And if you're interested in working with that group, Global Powerful Women, please contact Cheryl as well.
Yes, you can
It's
comment.
a group. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, strong, powerful women and empowering other women. It's a great organization. So
Absolutely. And I think we also have something to talk about with your Met Gala
yes,
coming.
I am here also let's talk about something really fun, fashion.
Super fun. Super fun. We
If
have
you-
to talk about
That's
fashion.
right. If you are into fashion and it's coming in quick, we're all going to be talking about the Met Gala on May 4th. You know it is the Super Bowl of fashion, or the first Monday in May. And I am throwing a Met Gala watch party at Audio Bar, 1020 South 1st Street. Please contact me, Sir William, at 702-325-0758 if you would like to attend. I will be happy to give you all the details.
And tell us, what is this year's theme?
This year's theme is costume art. Basically, fashion is art. You can dress however you want.
When you think about that, tell me what your vision is for people, if they have no idea what costume art fashion
I
would look like.
mean, you can dress anywhere. What I specifically think of right away is like an Andy Warhol painting coming to life. Or even past Met Galas, like superheroes, or maybe a designer who you really look up to, who you want to bring to life. Because let's face it, these designers are basically artists, and they bring these outfits. They're basically pieces of art. So, yes.
And for this, you're also partnering with Global Powerful Women
And Safe
Nest
Nest
as
which
well.
is
So this is
another
a
amazing
way,
organization. Yes.
absolutely, a way to also continue to give back to the women in our community.
Yes. And this event is free. It's an open bar. It starts at 2:00. However, if you want to donate, you can, and the proceeds will be divided between Global Powerful Women and Safe Nest, and 1/3 going to help pay for this event.
Okay, so are you going to give us a little sneak peek of what your outfit's going to look like?
No.
No hints.
No hints.
Oh
But
my
I will
goodness.
be there to greet you at the red carpet from 2 to 3 and welcome you into this event. It's an amazing venue. It'll be a chance for everybody to meet new people and basically just celebrate fashion that day. If you love to dress up, if you don't dress up, but you were looking for a day to dress up, this is the one day to do it. So make sure you take your vacation day or call in sick that day.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, this is always fun.
Yes,
I
this
love
has been
talking to you.
Yes. And if you have any comments or you want to contact Cheryl Toste, please reach out to her in your comments, and she would love to either list your house or show you some property.
Or see all of the above.
Or all the above. And I will see you at the Met Gala on May 4th.